You're raving with RWR. Fabulous songwriters from Belgium and beyond, the lowlands, the highlands, and far across the pond. On Instagram and Facebook too, you can follow, like, and share. Please hit subscribe and join the tribe from the comfort of your chair. You're raving with RWR. Yes, you are raving with RWR. Hello, everybody, lovers of songs and songwriters. Welcome to Raving with RWR here on my YouTube channel, Songs from the RWR Room, dedicated to singer-songwriters from Belgium and beyond. How is everyone doing? It is Saturday, the 20th of March, and you're all very, very welcome. Thank you for being here. As always, tonight's stream brought to us courtesy of the great people of G-Sharp Guitars, Norwegian invented electric guitars, and they're over there in Kansas now. Thanks to them for sponsoring the stream. If it's your first time and you're watching on YouTube, your first time to watch this show and you're on YouTube, please consider hitting that subscribe button down there for us. It helps the channel grow, moves it along, give the videos a thumbs up, maybe leave a nice comment for myself or the guest after you're watching this back later on. Thank you for that. So yeah, we've got a few live viewers already, it looks like, which is great. Chris is there from Deutschland. Guten Abend, Chris. You're always a mighty man for tuning in, as is Stephen, the good mojo Smith, practicing his Swedish again. Thank you, Sven. I call him Sven every time he watches a show from Sweden. Thank you, Mr. Mojo. Great to see you. So if you have comments or questions, please leave them in the comment section there. I'll throw them in as we go along. If you want to support the show, of course, you can go to therwrroom.com and have a look there at the shop. We have sweatshirts and t-shirts and all kinds of mugs and stuff for your pleasure. So have a look around the shop there as well. There is a PayPal link as well, by the way, should you wish to donate to the show at any stage. Never expected, always appreciated. So without further ado, we're going over to Gotland in Sweden. Our guest tonight is a great songwriter called Annika Fehling, and all going to plan. We should have Annika on the line. Hello, Annika.
Hi.
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 How are you?
Hi, Fee. Oh, it's so good to see you.
It's great to see you too. You're looking great and fresh and well. This lockdown hasn't been so hard on you, has it? Or you've been on the road long time. You know, the rug was completely pulled from under your feet musically and hopefully not artistically, but I know you lost lots of gigs. How was it, Annika? How is it going over the last year? Tough times or?
I think the hardest thing is what it does to people and to me, you know, and to audiences, that everybody gets so scared of each other.
It's true.
You know?
Yeah.
And for me, music has always been about bringing people together. Sure. And to see that you're not alone and you're sharing a lot of feelings and that you can express in a song, for example. And so that, I don't know, it's something vicious about this whole thing.
It's very strange, yeah. We've never seen anything like it, I suppose, in our lifetime too. So it's hard to know where it's going to go. But as you said, hopefully we're able to hold on to the feeling of friendship and camaraderie between people, and that hopefully it doesn't drive people apart. I mean, that's we certainly don't want that as singers and entertainers. But did you kind of bury yourself in musical work, Annika, or did you take a well-deserved step back? Some musicians I speak to just kind of took a little step back away from it, you know, because as you know, doing this full time all the time, you rarely get a chance to there's no let up in the game as a professional singer-songwriter, touring musician, is there?
No.
So that's a different. How did you deal with it? Did you go into it in a big way or take a step back? Or
well, see, living in Sweden, we had a different situation than many other countries. And at some point, we could actually do shows for like 50 people.
Wow.
So we did, and sometimes we did like 2 shows in the same evening, one early and one late. So that would be 100 at least. You could do it.
Okay.
But then they, pulled it down to 8. Like in, I don't know, was it November, December? October, November, December.
Yeah.
We had a little window there. So we actually, in the trio, we did gigs this summer on Gotland, because there's still a lot of people coming to Gotland, even in these times,
Okay.
in the vacation times, because where are you going to go? It's summer, and you can't go abroad. So you will go to some nice place in Sweden.
Over to the
So
island, of
a
course.
lot of people went to Gotland.
But it's a beautiful place, of course. So it's
yeah.
You're
So
lucky to live
we
there.
actually managed to do a couple of gigs. Like I think we did like 20 or so, even though it was COVID times, and
Right.
and also some with Glimra. But of course, it's been coloring the whole year, and it's coloring this year as well. And I've been sort of diving into recording.
Okay. A home recording, you mean?
No, but together with the trio, with the
Okay.
with Annika Fehling trio, and
Yeah.
also doing some recordings with Glimra. So I think we had 2 singles coming out 2020 with Glimra.
Right. Great.
And then the album that I've been working with the AFT, with Annika Fehling Trio, is coming out in April. Yeah.
Yes, it is
And the
fantastic.
first single is coming like really, really soon.
I'm going to play a little
like,
promo for that.
A week
Yeah.
or two. It's like
It's
very
soon.
exciting. Very exciting.
It's very soon.
We've been working on it for a long, long, long time.
Have you? Well,
Yeah.
we're going to play a little snippet, a little teaser for those people who know me. Of course, I may not know you. Of course, we met in 2014 on the island of Samso in Denmark on a songwriting retreat, and wrote a song together, which became one of my own favorite duets and co-writes, and ended up being the title track of my 25th anniversary album, The Harvest. So that's who Annika Fehling is, folks. The lady I always speak about at the gigs. Yes, there she is at long last. I always joke about being locked into a room with this beautiful blonde Swedish woman and been told I can't come out till I have a song written. Yeah, and then so a few days later, out I came with The Harvest. If only it happened like that. We had a few hours to put that song together. It was a whirlwind romance on the island. It was a brilliant song. I was very, very happy. It was a great co-write. I got to write with Klaus Caprani that week as well. And it was just a lovely. And you also run co-writing retreats, which we'll talk about later on as well. If that's okay, but you will do that. We have. I want to say hello to a couple of people. Sorry to interrupt here. Hello, Patrick. Thank you for tuning in. Katja. Yeah. Hi, Patrick. Katja van der Porten, our dear friend, is there as well. Hi, Katja. Thank you for tuning. She says, finally we meet her. Yeah, I know, Katja. I'm always talking about her.
That makes me very happy. Oh, that's nice. That's very
absolutely.
That's very sweet.
Anna from the Netherlands over in Shannon Bridge in Offaly. How are you, Anna? Thanks for tuning in. And Brett, guitar student, good friend of mine. How are you doing, sir? Good to see you. We just met today. And Anna Geen. Just want to say a few shout outs to a couple of people. But before we get into the depths of what we want to talk about, I want to play this gorgeous little clip. Tell us about this clip before I play it, please.
Well, it's the title track from our new album with the Annika Fehling Trio, and so the song is called Still.
The song's cool. This is just a little 1 minute snippet.
A little snippet, yeah.
But it's beautiful. The imagery is amazing.
Yeah,
was this all shot around Gotland or?
Yes, it was. It's the producer and drummer and pianist Robert Wallström who has filmed it so beautifully.
Beautiful. Let's just play it. It's only a minute long. We'll be back in a minute, folks, with more great chat with Annika. Just check out this gorgeous little snippet of a song here.
Reflections of the light, glistening landscape, timeless flowing by, brightness in our eyes. You said the silence here we could disappear into the shimmer. Images, new emotions, an ever-changing chain. Synapses, explosions in a frozen frame.
That sounds amazing. Gorgeous imagery there too, Annika. Wow. So that album, that's just a little snippet there. We wanted to play that at the beginning before we get into some full songs. But so you reckon 29th of April, you think that full album will be out? Great.
That's what
Beautiful.
we're hoping for, because
That
we've
is the
been
plan.
working hard.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Absolutely. What was it like? Were you always living in Gotland? And what was it? What was your musical upbringing like, Annika, with brothers and sisters, all that kind of stuff in the early days? What was it like for you?
I was brought up in Gothenburg.
Yeah.
Göteborg,
Göteborg.
which is on the west coast. And my dad was playing jazz. He was a jazz pianist also.
Wow.
And he thought it was really important for me to learn piano, but not writing, mostly learning the notes and stuff. So I did that for a long time, but then I got into my teens, and then I got revolutionary, and then I stopped, and he was playing jazz, and I hated jazz until I was about 20. Then I fell in love with it.
Again.
Yeah. So I don't know. I sort of started out I started out being really interested in theater. So I was educated as an actress and started working as an actress.
You told me that. And I didn't know that at all.
You didn't
about
know
you.
that?
Yeah, I didn't know that about you. No.
I worked at the Royal Theatre in Stockholm, for example, and really, really nice places, and
Beautiful.
did a lot of stuff with music in it, also, and some films and stuff.
Great
so,
stuff.
but then there came like a changing point. I started playing in different bands, like a jazz band and a blues band, and started writing more seriously for those bands, and taking it more seriously for me. And then this revelation came. Da-da-da! I visited Gotland for the first time in my life. And I got really pissed off, because how could anyone keep this secret from me? This beautiful, beautiful place. It's just amazing for such a long time. And then when I came, I just totally fell for it. And I spent like a semester there, and down at the place where we have the retreat, which is called Holmhellar, which is in the south part of the island.
Of the island, yeah.
And it's just, I can't, you have to come there. You have to come there.
I have to come over and check it out.
Promise me that you'll come there. I can't describe it. It's just very wild nature, and a lot of the sea and the cliff formations, which are very special for Gotland, and the woods that are nearby the sea, which is sort of bent by the winds.
Oh,
and
wow.
then
Sounds
this place. So that was the place where I spent a whole afternoon inside a stone, where the decision came that I had to go for music instead of the theater.
Okay, and that was the switch.
That was the switch. That was 1990.
That was in 1990. And when did you start running the retreats on the island?
That took a while, because I had to.
Because you had a long career, of course. Before
yes,
that.
I had to do all the baby steps and all the stuff. I had to release my first single, my first album, my second album. I had to find my ways, all that stuff. So I think the first time we did the retreat was 2004.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
but that's a long time. I mean, we've been running it now for 18 years.
Have you really? Is it that long?
Yeah.
Amazing. Some any idea what the song count is at this stage? I mean, having written
Oh
Must
my
be
God.
hundreds of
Yes,
songs that have come out of your
yeah.
Gotland retreats.
Mhm.
I'm gonna
Yes,
put up
Katja, definitely. You will have to plan.
Katja wants already. She's already gone. She's the
Okay,
bags
gone.
packed. She's already on the way. I think. Any chance of a road trip and Katja's there, we'll. Yeah, if anybody is interested in your retreat, you're going to start again in May.
Yeah.
May, you said
There's
May 2 till 9.
second. Yeah,
Second
May
till
2nd.
9.
Please
Yeah,
check it out if you're a
absolutely.
songwriter or an aspiring songwriter or you're established. It's a really cool thing.
They are.
It's
I
life
did one.
changing.
Yeah, it can be. Did Brett Perkins one, obviously, where you and I met, and it is an amazing experience. These songwriting retreats, because of course you get to see Gotland or wherever in a sheer. Show me your mug. I saw you in. Did I see an Irish?
Yeah.
I saw an Irish mug there.
Yeah. Just for you.
Thank you, and very very fitting because we just said goodbye to St. Patrick's Day as well. So that's great. You said you got that in Inisheer. That's another songwriting retreat, of course.
Yes.
Brett Perkins, yeah. Well, Sláinte. Good Sláinte. I'm going to change to the wine now. It's the tea is up.
It's Saturday.
It's Saturday. Absolutely. But yeah, absolutely, folks. Gotland Songwriters Retreat on Facebook there. Give the page a like and check out that link because they're amazing things. And, you have a host like Annika there to take you through the week.
Me and Eva Hillered, we run it. And it's always people coming from all over. Of course,
all over the world.
Last year it was just Denmark and Sweden because that's what we could do.
Yes.
But I know there are some participants that are thinking they're going to make it anyway. So we'll see. That are coming
well, I
from
hope
the
so.
States.
I hope that you'll get at least some people that can travel over to be part of it because they are amazing. And Eva is also an amazing songwriter. And yeah, we started to write on at that retreat. Never finished our song, but maybe she'll come on and do a chat with me one of these shows.
I'm sure.
I'd love to have Eva on as well to have a chat. But tell us about Lungs. We're going to start with a cover, strangely enough. Yeah. And it's a beautiful cover that you do.
I don't do many covers, so for me it's like I'm very picky about them. But this one is special. I did a lot of touring in Nashville and Texas. I think that was around 2006 and 7 and 8. No, 2005, 6, 7, something like that. And got to know this legendary American songwriter called Townes Van Zandt. I mean, I didn't meet him because he was dead.
Indeed.
But
blessed
be his soul. But he's been writing so many songs and been covered so many times. I had not heard any Swedish artists do it, and I hadn't heard very many girls do it either. So I thought it was an interesting thing to do it with a little Swedish twist to the song.
Great.
To see a Scandinavian twist and see
yes
where we would end up. And he always write great lyrics.
Yeah,
great
it was
lyrics.
a big cover of his song "If I Needed You" here in Belgium.
And also, I think,
but so many great ones.
And also, I think the video is cool. That's also why I chose it, because it'll show you a little bit. That's what it looks like in Holmhella, where the retreat is, and also some more sights from my island. So,
from the island of Gotland.
Yeah.
Yes, it really is your island. You've made it yours. Yes.
Yeah.
You own it, Annika. Yes.
No, well,
almost.
No,
I've heard you been called the Queen of Gotland. I have. That's your nickname. Yeah. I know you're too modest to say that, but there you go. Well, look, I'm gonna drink a little bit more wine and play this great song.
Do. Yes,
and
yes,
hopefully you'll join me. Yes, Dahi. Yes, Annika. Townes Van Zandt's cover. The song is called Lungs, and here's the wonderful Annika Fehling doing her version of it. See you in a few minutes. We'll have more chat with Annika when we come back.
Won't you lend your lungs to me? Mine are collapsing. Plant your seed and bitterly breathe up the time that's passing. Breath I take and breath I give. Pray the day's not poised. Stand among the ones who live in lonely indecision. Fingers walk the darkness down, mine is on the midnight. Gather up the gold you found, you fool, it's only moonlight. And if you stop to take it home, your hands will turn to butter. Better leave this dream alone, try to find another. Salvation sat and crossed herself and called the devil partner. A wisdom burned upon a shelf who'd kill the raging cancer. Seal the river at its mouth, take the water prisoner. Fill the skies with screams and cries, bathe in fiery answers. Jesus was an only son, love is only concept. Strangers crying foreign tongues, dirty up the doorstep. And I for one and you for two ain't got the time for outside. Keep your injured looks to you, we'll tell the world that we tried.
Wow. Good man, Towns Van Zandt.
Yeah.
Good girl, Annika Fehling. That was, yeah, I love that. What a writer. What a writer he is. I have lots and lots of Van Zandt albums. He's just stunning. Great choice of song. And yeah, the beautiful video, beautiful area. I have to come over.
Yes, you do.
I have to come over. That's
Yes.
it. It's the only way around it. So you were saying jazz played a big part. Was it always guitar, Annika, or did you dip into piano a little bit, or was there other instruments that kind of stayed with you over the years?
Well, it's mostly been guitar.
Yeah.
I still write some songs on the piano, but it's like I lost it a little bit. I like to do it because it sounds different, of course, and it's like you can go into that world. But I wouldn't really. I've done it a couple of times, played it live,
Yeah.
just like one or two songs, but not solo. It's good when you have a really good pianist in the band, like it's in the Annika Fehling trio. We have a really good pianist.
You have a
very
great
nice.
band. Yeah, I know. We're gonna
Yeah.
play a couple of songs from the Annika Fehling trio. You have a great band. Absolutely. Katja was asking a question there. She just asked you. You also sing in Swedish?
Uh-huh.
Was Katja's
I do.
question? Yeah.
I do, and that I do mostly with the band I have, the girls' band that I have. That's called Glimra, which is
Absolutely.
we are three girls, and we do like 3-part harmonies. But I usually write most of the songs, or have been, and they are in Swedish.
Wonderful.
So
Yeah,
then we
we're-
do the Swedish thing. But I do
will.
write for myself too in Swedish, and I think there will be a couple of single releases on my solo page on Spotify. Do you have Spotify in Belgium?
Oh yeah, we
You do?
sure do.
Yeah?
Yes, indeed, it's everywhere now.
So on my solo page there, Annika Fehling, I think there will be some Swedish songs coming soon.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go, Katja. So we'll have to check those out.
Yeah.
Stephen just says that was fantastic, beautiful and stunning guitar. Yeah, he's a
Yeah,
guitar geek as well. He
I
loves-
love it. It's my Gretsch. We call it Greta.
Greta the Gretsch.
Yes,
That's a great name for a Gretsch guitar.
I love it.
Greta the Gretsch. What's that guitar behind you there? See,
This
against
is a
the wall.
Taylor. This is my Taylor. This is my
Oh wow.
the one I use now.
That's your main weapon of choice, is it?
That's my main weapon right now.
Ah, she's beautiful.
Feel at
Beauty.
home. Yeah.
Is it a slotted headstock, Taylor? Yeah, you don't see many of those. It's unusual.
And what do we have here? Whoa!
Oh, you've got a couple. It looks like one from the Copenhagen Songwriter Festival, is it?
There you go.
Yes, it is.
There you go.
It is. Yeah, some of these. I think that was after we met. I can't remember. All of these years kind of blended into one, but of course we also met at the Copenhagen Songwriter Festival, and that was probably after we wrote our Harvest song. I think it was. When was the first time, or do you remember the first time you co-wrote a song, and how was that as an experience for you? Did you find it very sort of
I do
weird?
Actually remember it. It was in Ireland. I was chosen by the Swedish Association for Composers of Popular Music to go. We were, I think, 2 people from Sweden, me and Peter Lundgren, and we went to. It was outside. It was, I think, was it called Sloane Castle? No, it was outside. Right. It was outside Dublin. You had to go by bus, and we were. I think it was a gigantic. It was IMRO that put it on. Oh, yeah. And I think it was like 100 songwriters there. It was gigantic. But then we were like a chosen group of 2 from different countries, maybe 12. Like it was from Belgium. It was from Holland and from Sweden and from some other. And so they treated us very nice. And that was the
Irish
first time,
hospitality.
Yeah. And that was the first time I got to co-write, and it blew me away, actually.
Did it? Do you remember who it was with?
Yeah, I had a couple. There was one with Philip Donnelly.
Oh, rest his soul too. Yeah.
Yeah. Is he dead?
He unfortunately is. He was my old guitarist for a little while too. Did a couple of tours. He worked on my very first album in 2002.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, he did. He passed away only last year, maybe the year before. Yeah.
Okay.
Philip was a mighty guitarist. He played with Nancy Griffith, of course. He always told a story about how he almost died at birth as well. That he said he shouldn't be here at all. That was one of his stage stories. But Philip was a great man. So you wrote with Philip.
We wrote a song called Love that ended up on the 2005 album Happy on the Red that I made. And then there was a couple of more that I wrote. I also wrote with Alain van der Put from Holland.
Another connection we have. Belgian man, actually,
Belgian. And that I visited a lot and wrote a lot with after that as well. So it was a wonderful, wonderful week. It just that sort of built a taste for me to do it more, because it's not just about the songs, of course.
No, of course. It's about the meeting of likings, what's the word, of similar souls. Yeah, it is. It is.
And suddenly you're not alone. Suddenly you give birth to this song together, and suddenly that song might take wings in another country with another artist. And it opened so many doors for me. This retreat thing has just opened so many. I've met amazing people and amazing artists and heard amazing songs.
Yeah.
And been part of amazing songs. And it's just something that boosts creativity and hope.
Absolutely.
That's what I said. Hope for humankind, actually.
Hope for humankind, absolutely. No, you hit the nail on the head there. Absolutely. When it's more about the songs. It's more to do with the meeting of kindred spirits and people who come together, over the love of song and create something from nothing. And I just think that's a magical thing. Co-writing is not for everybody, because you have to write with the right person. If you're lucky enough to be paired off with the right person, it can be a great experience, I think. Some people don't like it because they feel it kind of, waters down the song, or they're afraid to put too much of their own personal thing into a song that they're writing with a kind of a stranger. I don't know if you've ever had that or if you feel that way about, or do you always just go for it no matter what you're...
Well, you see, you can always write a song on your own then, afterwards or in between, or it doesn't take anything away really. And I believe in sharing. So it's a good thing. It always, like, if you co-write, it's not what I do. Usually it's not what I do or the other person does. It's like something third or something else.
Yes.
And you never know what's going to come. And if you have problems in finishing a song, then I think co-writing retreats is really cool, because it's like speed dating and speed co-writing, because you actually, both of you want to finish the song. So you work really hard, and you do it,
It's amazing to see how many. I did one retreat when we did together, but it's amazing how, to see so many sort of at least, almost finished songs or completed songs, because you performed them for each other in the evening time, and to say that these songs were all born, that morning and that afternoon, and you come together and share these creations that, the majority of them were finished. Or very close to being finished.
What existed before. It's just amazing. It's like
it's something from nothing
every time.
Every time.
Yeah, I love it.
I love it too. I want to ask you about the Annika Fehling trio. We're gonna play Mother Earth song next. Annika, tell us who's in the band and what these guys mean to you.
Oh dear. Christer Jonasson 12 is the guy with the guitar and the lap steel. He can play any string instrument, but it's been like he plays that mainly. He's also a really great songwriter by himself, and has released CDs and writes songs, and he's in some other bands as well. But he is like the legend in our band, because he's been around for a long time, and he's been doing so much stuff. And then it's Robert Wallström, which he plays percussion like hell, and really, really good.
Not like hell, but
no,
hellishly good.
Like very, very good, and also piano in a way that I haven't really heard anyone play before, and it's all really improvising, and and also he produces and records. He records and does some wonderful videos and stuff. So he's like a multi
wonderful
tasking artist. And together, I don't know, when we met and we started working a little more intense together, it was like something developed that none of us had really touched on before. It got to be a mix. It's not singer-songwriter, it's something else. We've been trying to pin it down, what kind of music we make. I mean, sometimes it's hard that you can't say, oh, we do this. It's easier if you say like, oh, I do Americana, or I do alternative something. But I don't know what this is. If anyone here on the show, if anyone here knows, can tell me, please do.
Can label it.
Because what I've been arriving at is like cosmic singer-songwriting or singer-songwriter music, or it's magical folk pop, or it's
I like it.
Indie universe. I don't know. It's like it's got a really big thing of magic in it. If it talks to you, it's like a vertical. It's like the music goes vertical. It's not horizontal. It's vertical. It's deep. It's a deep. See, I can't explain it.
See, that's okay. You don't need to. You don't need to at all. But
anyway, we found the
mystical,
diamonds.
magical.
Yes.
It absolutely
mystical, magical mystery tour. I don't know. It's just, it's amazing. It's
fabulous.
And I'm happy, and also sometimes I'm scared because it takes me new ways that I haven't walked before. But it's I think it's a good thing.
That's a very good thing.
It's a magical carpet ride.
Absolutely, and a little bit about the song. Obviously, the title suggests a song in honor of Mother Earth.
It was written in Holmhellar, where on the Gotland retreat.
A
It
co-writer.
no,
No,
it's mine.
all yours.
Yes, it just came. I think it came the night before the participants arrived.
Beautiful.
And it tells it, for me, it's so much about that place, because when you're there, it's so quiet. It's like you can hear the earth sing.
Well said. Let's give it a spin. Mother Earth song, folks, from the wonderful Annika Fehling. See you in a few minutes for more chat with the Queen of Gotland.
Oh, the silence of this place. I can hear the earth hum, her earth song through space. A call from afar. I hear nothing else. As I lay close to the ground, I melt into pieces by needles and sounds. Let Mother Earth rule me. Let Mother Earth soothe me. Let her seal my promises and teach me how to live and how to give it all back. I'm part of everything. The bark and the branches, the falling of evening, the stars way above, their lingering love. Let Mother Earth rule me. Let Mother Earth soothe me. Let her seal my promises and teach me how to live. Let Mother Earth shield me. Let Mother Earth heal me. Let her seal my promises and teach me how to live and how to give it all back.
The Annika Fehling Trio. What a beautiful song that would make you melt away, drift away into the ether of whatever it is. I just wanted to say, folks, AnnikaFehling.com is the website, but a lot of these videos, as I pull them in through here, the conversation sounds fine and crisp and sharp. Sometimes these videos get a bit squashed on the show due to, internet stuff. So I always urge people to go and find these videos on your YouTube channel or on Annika's Spotify, so just be aware of that. They can get a bit squashed on the show, but that's the nature of the beast here. They really are samples, and so just be aware of that, and please check out these videos at another time at your leisure, because the sound of them are fabulous. Do you guys produce all your own music yourself within the trio, or do you have external sort of help with producers or anything like that, Annika? Or
no, we do it ourselves.
all yourself. Fabulous.
Yes.
Yeah, great. My dad is there. Hiya, Martin. She'll get better every time I hear her.
Oh, Martin.
Oh, he's tell you, he's
I
smooth,
melt.
that fella.
I melt.
He's smooth, that fella. He is the Thank you, Martin, and thank you, Anna, for the lovely comments. So yeah, absolutely. It's lovely that you're all here with us, folks, chatting to us, and I'm watching the show here. Annika Fehling is the guest tonight, as you all well know. Absolutely. So when you talk about songwriting, Annika, do you have a set process? Do you take a lot of notes and go back later with them, or do you like to sit down and try to create something on the spot, or does it vary depending on the mood, or how do you go about it? What's your process like?
It differs, of course, but lately I think it has been like I sit down with the guitar or the Gretsch, or my Taylor here, and just put the capo somewhere. If I use like a partial capo, I'll do that.
Yeah.
Or or don't, or not, and then just take a chord or find somewhere where I think I have some ways of where I really that get me to tick, like some chords like A minor 9, for example, or 11, or sus, those kind of chords which are in between the major and the minor, those that are sort of open, and the open tunings and the open chords, those are the ones that I go for. And so sometimes I have to keep myself from going there, but I end up there anyway.
You're drawn back in.
Yeah, that's like,
yeah. So you generally tend to pick up an instrument first, then you don't.
No, but then when I have that chord, or I have a little progression, or I have something, then there's a melody just comes drifting, and I try to catch it and just put whatever words that are in the room. I can edit it later, so you don't have to make sense at all.
No, of course. Just let it flow and
let
see
it
where
flow.
It goes.
Yeah, and see where it goes. And once I have like a beginning or something, like a couple of lines nailed down, then it can take off from there.
Okay.
So it's like a process. It can go on for a couple of days if I'm, if I have that space, or it can just be like a verse, and then I'll come back to it and I'll sort of play it. It's hard to talk about because it's different all the time.
All the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no one set process. Yeah.
No.
Well, which is a great thing. You have so many influences as well, all around you. Physical and spiritual, and
And of course, if you co-write, it's a whole different story, because then you open up for somebody else's ideas and energies, and also if you connect and you talk a bit, then usually there's something that comes from that.
Yes, indeed, absolutely. Stephen found a name for the type of music that you play, and he said it's just called beautiful. He's as smooth as my father, that fella.
I love that.
Shocking. Okay, we'll leave it. We'll just call it. Thank you, Stephen.
When people say, "Okay, what kind of music do you do?" Well, beautiful music.
It's beautiful. Stephen says.
That's nice.
Stephen says beautiful. Yeah, and Katya agrees, and my mother agrees. Dolores is there as well. She says the beautiful song. Well, yeah, absolutely. So we'll just say,
thank you.
What sort of music does Annika Fehling play, folks? Beautiful. There we go. It's solved. Finally, the mystery solved.
Wonderful.
Annika.
Yeah, wonderful.
I want to get you talking a little bit about that beautiful trio, Glimra. Yeah, and who you girls are.
Yeah,
talk
my
us
girls.
Through talk me through your gals.
My
gals, your gorgeous gals. Talk me through who's in Glimra and where it came from and when it started.
In Gotland, there was a very, very, very popular and famous quartet called Einbusk singers. And then Einbusk. They started out really early and made a great career all over Sweden. And I think they toured in Norway too, but mainly Sweden, and did CDs and shows and TV shows and stuff.
Right.
And for different reasons, they took a time out or didn't continue. They'd been going for a long time. 2008, I think it was. And Anneli Rosvall, which is the red-haired girl, she had the kids at the same school as I had my daughter. And we started talking to each other on the schoolyard. And we'd known each other a little bit. And then she said, well, shouldn't we just meet and play some? You know, we have a downtime right now. And I know my colleague, Bittis, also has it. So we could just meet. And so we decided to meet, and we did. And I played a song, and they just put glorious, glorious harmonies on it. I mean, it was just, I started to cry, and it's just, wow. So we continued, and then we built it from there. And they also, it turned out that they also wrote some and also played the instruments. And so we started, you know.
Oh, it was yeah.
Yeah,
we started.
We started to just experiment with what we could do with our three harmonies and what we could play and how we could do it. And then we did a CD, and we did a couple of singles, and then we've done a lot of shows. So, and then this 2020, we did two new singles. And so the one I think you're gonna have here is the latest one that came out in September, and it's originally I wrote it in English. It's called "Remember to Forget," but here it's in Swedish, of course. So it's called "Minnas att glömma bort."
Minnas
and this
att
is a
glömma bort.
Minnas, but it's a whole different style of music. But you know, it's fun, and it's wonderful to do.
It is a wonderful piece. Absolutely is. Remember to forget. Is that what you called it in English?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Remember to forget.
And give me the names of the ladies again.
Anneli Rosvall and Bittis Jakobsson and me.
Fantastic. Let's give it a song. Let's give it a play and enjoy this, folks. It's Glimra, Annika's other project, one of Annika's other projects, and Minnas att glömma bort. See, I'm fluent.
Great.
Fluent.
Wonderful.
Han tog mig till sitt luftslott, skimrande av ljus. Jag skulle aldrig ha gått in, jag var fylld av livets kyss. Som säger det du mest kan ångra, är det du aldrig gjort. Men nu så ber jag till min himmel att minnas, att glömma bort. En prins på morgonfiket, keps och slitna jeans. Med isblå laserblick klev ur min fantasi. Han sa kom med mig, vi fångar dagen. Tar det med oss bort från stan. Han tog mig till sitt luftslott, skimrande av ljus. Jag skulle aldrig ha gått in, jag var fylld av livets kyss. Hon säger det du mest kan ångra, är det du aldrig gjort. Men nu så ber jag till min himmel att minnas, att glömma bort. Ögon att drunkna i ett skratt som pärlemor. Jag blev så bländad, jag vet inte vart vi får. Jag föll och jag faller om igen. Han var som en förlorad vän. Han tog mig till sitt luftslott, skimrande av ljus. Jag skulle aldrig ha gått in, jag var fylld av livets kyss. De säger det du mest kan ångra, är det du aldrig gjort. Men nu så ber jag till min himmel att minnas. Glöm bort hur han berörde mig, hur han förförde mig. Glöm bort. Han tog mig till sitt luftslott, skimrande av ljus. Jag skulle aldrig ha gått in. Jag var fylld av livets kyss. De säger det du mest kan ångra är det du aldrig gjort. Men nu så ber jag till min himmel att minnas. Han tog mig till sitt luftslott, skimrande av ljus. Jag skulle aldrig ha gått in. Jag var fylld av livets kyss. De säger det du mest kan ångra är det du aldrig gjort. Men nu så ber jag till min himmel att minnas, att glömma bort.
Limra. That's an amazing song. Feel good number, if ever there was one. Annika Fehling, absolutely. Does she play the suitcase on stage as well? Does she beat the? She does.
Yeah, she does.
She actually does that at the shows.
Mm-hmm.
Beats the sugar out of the suitcase. Great. Now Stephen is on the ball here. He says he needs to get a Gretsch because his mother's name was Greta, and he said you call yours after Annika, if that's okay. Now you have to say now. Annika, say Stephen. No, Stephen, you have enough guitars. That's your answer, right? Say no, Stephen.
Oh,
Remember, you used to say to me, "No, Donny."
Yeah, I know.
No, Stephen, you have enough guitars, so you can tell him.
No, Stephen, you have enough guitars, but if you do get a Gretsch, please call it Annika.
No, okay. So he wanted a banjo last week. Now he wants a Gretsch. Thank you, Mr. Galeforce. Nice gig. I was a great comment here as well from Miami. Marcia from Miami. Says hi and hi from Miami.
Tack så mycket.
Tack så mycket, Dahi. Do you ever sleep? I sleep when I'm dead, Marcia. That's right. Sleep. Yeah. Sleep is overrated. Thanks for tuning in, Marcia, all the way from Miami. Great to see you. You have a long history in the States, you were saying, Annika. Over the years, we had at least 3 years of solid touring out in America. Was it a huge different scene for? I mean, I know the distances between gigs are massive, of course. But,
oh wow, yeah.
You got to
like 14 hours on the road or 16 hours on the road, and then up and doing a show. It's wow.
Well, you've done all that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's grueling
but then
stuff.
Met so many nice people and got to stay in people's homes, and they've been very generous and musically, I think it was an important sort of period of time. I learned a lot, and I got to meet some great songwriters.
You wrote a lot and co-wrote a lot, did you?
I toured and I wrote with Dana Cooper and Buddy Monlock and Tom Kimmel and Sally Barris and lots of
just all the big names that you hear all the time in songwriting in the songwriting world.
Yeah, it was beautiful. And then I came back there in 2010 when I did the Firefly CD. And
wonderful.
And that was also really cool to record in Nashville, with Nashville musicians, even though it was with Will Kimbrough was producing it. So
amazing.
That was
the
also
production on your,
cool.
Excuse me, the production on your CDs and on your albums have always been top notch, amazing stuff. It always stood out to me. Yeah, really did. And not easy to be an independent, artist without a record label sort of influence, and that costs a lot of money. And being a woman, indeed.
I have to add that because
it's
some really interesting stuff.
Situations, I'd say. I can imagine. Yeah, not always pleasant. I would imagine.
But I've made it this far.
You have, and and I suppose you develop a bit of a thick skin to these things. You don't take as much shit as some people would on the road, on and off the road. You got to stand up to it, and I suppose,
I think I'm a white witch.
You did say witch, right?
Mm-hmm, I did.
Yeah. No, okay. No. It was
not the other word. No. Well, I might be that too.
No, not at all. No, I wouldn't. I'd never. A white witch. Yeah, that's a good word for Annika Fehling. I think so. Yeah, you have I see your Buddha's behind you there as well. Are you?
Yeah.
Would you say you're a very spiritual person?
Yeah.
You
Absolutely.
would.
Yeah,
I would too.
absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. And you want to get into that a little bit, or
Sure. I mean, yeah. No, but
Yeah.
I'm thinking that's also, I think, what I love so much about the Annika Fehling trio, because the AFT, because we really dive into the spiritual realms
do you?
in the music, and
Yes.
and go for the tingling, the sparkles.
Yeah.
And also like it's the things that you just might be able to touch. You can't really touch it, but you can feel it.
Yeah. There's
To not be scared of that, and to sort of that, to when it gets bigger than yourself, when the music gets bigger than yourself, and the songs, and the
yeah.
when
And
it
that's
sort
where
of
you go with it.
opens, when it opens realms. It sounds hippie-ish maybe, but when you're there, you know what I'm talking about, right?
When you're there, you feel it. Yeah. I do know what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And you don't have to explain it, or you only have to feel it and experience it, right? And go with
It's
that.
energy work, really.
Yeah.
Energy work. It's like when you have a show, when you're in a room with audience that really listens, and you can play one of those songs that are really quiet, maybe, or sometimes when they're groovy too. But when you can feel that the energy actually moves, you're moving. It's something. It's a power, and it affects everyone in there. And
Yes,
sometimes
everybody.
when you play a song and you end the song and it's just quiet, and it's like everybody just goes, oh,
And then there's the release. Yeah.
and then it's amazing.
It is.
Mm.
Absolutely. And I've seen you do it many times in those kind of rooms. Yeah. There's a wonderful energy to it that is hard to put the finger on, to
I
describe.
think that's why I'm doing this. I think that's what I'm after, and what I want everyone to experience. It's like you want to share it, you want to communicate it, and because it connects us
Very
on
much.
a much deeper level, on the really, really oneness level, where you can sort of, where there's no difference between souls.
Yeah. That's well said.
So
Yeah.
that's, for me, that's the journey we're on, and it connects me to it, and it reminds me of it, and it's important stuff,
Very much
especially
so.
especially today, and especially what we're going through right now. And I think that's very important, and also very sad that there's so little chance to do live shows.
Yeah. It
But
is.
this is good to be able to do this. Thank you, Dahi, for doing it. I mean,
my pleasure, Annika.
big cred to you for
Thank you
putting
so
these
much.
shows on, because for me, this has done my whole day a lot more happier, because I got this to look forward to.
Well, thanks very much. And it's an honor and pleasure to have you here, sharing these stories and your knowledge about songwriting and all that kind of stuff. It's just, why I love to do this as well. I get to connect with new people, or reconnect with friends I've met over the years, and it's a special thing, and share these stories and share the moments with the listeners. And it's an archive as well, of course, as I said to you, to look back on in a few years' time and go, oh, did I say that? Wow, what was I
Yes, you
thinking?
did. Yes, Dahi.
Yes, Dahi, you did. Did I? Yeah, never mind. I did. But recap over what's coming on. You have a single when? In about a week's time, you said? Brand new single?
That's what I'm hoping. Yeah, it's called Tonight.
Okay.
The new single is called Tonight. And then I hopefully will have another single coming in between, but then we're shooting for the 29th of April for releasing the album still.
Yeah. And are you going to try and do a live show to promote these albums? Have you embraced any of the live streaming thing, concert wise, or have you done any of that during this time? Or
we've been doing two or three. The clip you're going to watch, the last
trio,
one is from a stream like that.
Oh,
but
is
we
it?
have, yeah, but we haven't done a lot of those. It's also a matter of, if you want to do that, you want it to sound really good
Yeah.
and you want it to look good, not just random, putting up your mobile
Sitting
phone.
on the
I mean,
phone and do it. Yeah.
you could do, but if you're
it's a
doing it,
way, but
yeah, yeah. But if you're doing it at like this band,
yeah.
we really want the sounds there, and we want it to sound the best it can. And
Oh, of
then it
course.
it puts a lot of the film team has to be really good, and then it's really costly and blah blah blah. So, I mean, maybe you can do those things. Maybe you should.
Well, I'm thinking about doing something like that. Yeah, I mean, here it's always been a kind of a one song and let it go kind of thing. But yeah, that more and more people are looking for professional high end streams, and it might be something I'll branch into later on, and do it from certain venues. That maybe eventually, when we start getting back into allowing 10 people in, maybe 20 people in, so we have some kind of, because streams are fine, but you have no energy in the room, and that's why I find them difficult to do as well. From a musician's point of view, at least if you're face to face with 5 or 10 people in a room, there's that energy, as we spoke about before, where you can perform to them and you're getting something back and you're giving something to them. You miss that with a stream, don't you? It's just not the same. You're trying to have this energy to a camera, and it's just not the same. It's a difficult scenario. So it might be something that we'll go into down the road. You need particular high-end equipment as well to do it properly, and to learn how to do it. It's not as simple as setting up like this and just broadcasting it out with a small mic. You have to set up the sound, and but this is where this next song, you said you did that with this next song, which is it's another beautiful gig of yours. The song is called
Archangeli.
Archangeli.
And
Archangeli,
it's really about what we talked about before, this spiritual thing of moving energies, and keep doing what you're doing, like stand fast.
Great.
You have your archangels along your sides, and I usually called Robert and Krister, I call them my wings.
The two wingmen are your wings. I like it. Fantastic. We'll play out with this, Annika, and we'll have a chat backstage if you like after we say goodbye. But I want to thank everybody. Of course, thank you very much. Thank everybody for tuning in, for saying hi.
I'm so thankful to be able to do this, and that you guys that are out there, that you're listening to this, because it's my life, and you don't know who you reach. And I'm just hoping that you got something out of this, because I did. And
I know they did. And everybody, I hope will go and check out AnnikaFehling.com. You have links to your Spotify. Check out all these songs again, folks, on Annika's YouTube with a proper sound system, and on your own computers, because obviously they get a bit squashed on these streams. But absolutely. Thanks everybody for tuning in and for leaving comments for us. Always a pleasure to do these streams for you guys. I know you appreciate them. I love doing them. And Annika Fehling, thank you very, very much for being here with us tonight, and for sharing your beautiful soul and your beautiful songs. And we'll see each other when the dust settles down the road. I'm going to come over to Gotland. Might even bring Katja van der Porten with me if she wants. Who knows? She's mad woman to ramble. Take care of yourself, Annika. Love you lots.
You too. Thank you.
Take care. Thank you. And we'll see each other soon.
Everybody. Yes.
There you go, folks. The amazing and wonderful Annika Fehling, AnnikaFehling.com. Please check out her website and check out all of the links to her YouTubes. Watch these videos again. Find them on your own systems, because, this stream stuff doesn't do them justice. I hope that you enjoyed the show. I certainly did. I'm back again on Wednesday evening, 8 p.m. for the next Raving with Rua. So until then, thank you very much. Thanks to G-Sharp Guitars. A million thanks to Annika Fehling for her great songs and her great chat, and to you for tuning in, following the shows, giving the videos a thumbs up, subscribing to the channel, all that good stuff. Much appreciated. Take care of yourselves. Here is our last song for tonight, the Annika Fehling Trio. Enjoy, folks. See you next time on the next Raving with Rua.
Here now, got here somehow. That is all I know. In the grim cold ice and shadows, time drifts into snow. We are here now in the echo of a long gone dawn. Packed up angels, stars and wishes, pushing through the storm. We keep the fires burning. Arrows shooting into the night. When skies are rolling over with heavy silver, consuming all the light. We're right behind. keep the fires burning. Arrows sharpened, shooting into the night when skies are rolling over with heavy silver consuming all the light. We're right behind